All right. Here we go. Good morning, everyone. If you are currently listening, allow me to just check to make sure the sound is working on all of the platforms. By the way, we go live primarily YouTube.
She came to our clinic after realizing she was pregnant.
YouTube. Oh my goodness, these political ads.
But Florida's abortion ban.
There you go. Oh my goodness, these. It'll be over soon. Ads. All right. So we're good. Oh my goodness, these. We're good on. It'll be over soon. All right, we're going good on YouTube. Let me check LinkedIn real quick. By the way, if you're here, new to me, shout yourself out. Leave it in the chat. Shout yourself out. Good on YouTube. Good on LinkedIn. And make sure good on LinkedIn. Check. Mic 212. By the way, if you're here, new to me, shout yourself. And let's check Facebook to make sure we good. Ha ha! How about those commanders, baby? And let's check Facebook to make sure we good. All right. Looks like we all set. You guys see the thumbnail. You see the title. You see what we're about to get into today. A lot of things need to get off my chest. So, first and foremost, to the stage. Oh, wait, sorry. Hold on. Make sure I'm doing this right. Bear with me, folks. I'm new to the whole. All right. Check. 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. To the stage. Oh, wait, sorry. Hold on. Make sure I'm doing this right. Bear with me, folks. I'm new to the whole. All right. Check 1 2 1 2. We here. Check it. Check 1 2 1 2. To the stage. Shout yourself out if you're in the chat. Hold on. Make sure I'm doing this right. Bear with me, folks. I'm new to the whole. All right. Check 1 2 1 2. We here. Check it. Check 1 2 1 2. All right, bet. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. As one Crookshank here, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, former Division I college football player, and current 5-time published author and educator here for another episode of Tackling Turnover with Teamwork, where we discuss all of the things, all of the lessons, everything I've learned from a growing up in the DMV as a football guy, football player, really dedicated to the game. I picked up a ton of lessons on teamwork and how to reduce turnover, how to really make sure every business owner out there is working as a cohesive team. And I apply that to business. So we will dive into all of that on this show. If you're new to me, this is what one of my main superpowers. I have quite a few. I don't want to give myself too much credit. I have one of the main superpower that I do really have leaned into over the past couple of years, ever since I put my first book out, Swiftly, about 5 years ago now, is really understanding the value that comes with playing the game of football, being involved with the game of football, and seeing how many lessons it actually teaches in regards to really keeping employees engaged, really keeping people excited about what it is they do for a living, and developing a real strong sense of how they go about getting jobs, how they go about, creating a career for themselves and creating a lifestyle for themselves, which is no easy task, seeing that we live in this world where everything is so digital and we are going in all sorts of directions. So before I get too into that, let me get through a few announcements here. first things first, if you are in the West Palm Beach, Florida area, and you are interested in free boxing lessons, you heard me correctly. Correctly. Free boxing lessons. I will be starting that on November 23rd. It's a Saturday, and then we'll be doing free boxing lessons over here at a local park. I will give you the details and all that stuff. Be doing that every 2 weeks. Just put your information in the chat, put your email in, and message me however you want to do it. Just let me know, and you will be contacted with all the details. Second thing, business owners, listen to me very closely. If you are if you have not yet gotten your free guide all right, what I've done is I've created a really, really easy to understand free guide, 10 ways to use teamwork to reduce the turnover in your business. It is 1,000% free. If you have not gotten that yet, go to freeguide.makeitmove.com, put your information in, and you will you'll be getting a free guide on how to use, and I've put together a list of 10 things that you can be using right now, in this moment to make it so your office or your staff and your employees is moving in a very cohesive unit. You want to make sure that the people are coming to work. Like, I'm recording this on a Monday. You want to make sure that everyone that's walking into that office or walking into the building or walking into wherever their work environment is, you want to make sure they're not walking in there and saying, "Oh, another Monday." No, you want to make sure they're walking in with some energy, like, this is what I got to accomplish. This is my goal. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to be great at. All right. And if you get this guide, you're going to start to get strategies on how you can at least start to move the ball in that direction, or move the morale of the company in that direction. All right. Again, it's freeguide.makeitmove.com. Next thing, you have 6 more days. You have 5 more days. 5 more days. This fundraiser ends on November 9th. All right. It's a fundraiser that I'm working with the Royal Palm Beach Strikers. It's a soccer team, a travel soccer team, in which they have an incredible deal. All you do is you spend literally $20. $20. That's not a lot. That's nothing. All right. You spend $20 and you get a Domino's card, in which whenever you use this Domino's card and you go to buy a large pizza, you see it right there. This is for real. Look at it. It says you buy one pizza and then you get the other pizza free, a large pizza free. It's a great deal, and you only have till November 9th to do it. So I strongly recommend you get it done today. All right. All right. As far as the announcements. All right. So as far as today's topic, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of give you a recap. And let me just tell you, I'll just tell you off jump. I'm a diehard Michigan Wolverines fan, diehard Michigan Wolverines football fan. And it was a rough time in regards to the results and everything that happened. It was a rough day this past Saturday to be a Michigan Wolverines fan. I mean, on one end, you see Ohio State celebrating a really big win, and on the other end, you see a team that fought hard. Again, I'm not going to take anything away. I'm not going to really bash the players. I thought the players, considering how good Oregon actually is, I thought the team, Michigan, I thought the players, as I watched the game, I thought we fought really hard. That game could have gotten away from us really early on, and the players actually did step up, and they showed some great things. They showed some signs of life. They showed that, hey, look, as Michigan fans, you don't have to really, look, this is this year, give us this year, okay, because we lost a lot, lost our coach, lost a lot to the NFL, but it's not going to be like this for long. I've lived through the App State losses. I lived through, I believe, like 7 years in a row where we lost to Ohio State. So we showed some flashes of greatness, considering that we were playing against the number 1 team. So I will give them that. All right. But what we're going to discuss today, because I think the question is worthy, and we're doing this is a Monday. And for those of you guys who don't know, every single Monday, I start the Mondays off with a Make Your Move Monday kickoff question. And we're going to really discuss this idea now of this concept of hiring someone based on emotion. hiring someone because of the convenience and not really doing your due diligence and doing your research and making sure you're hiring the most qualified candidate. It's a very worthy question, given everything that we've seen, especially myself again, and I'm sure every other Michigan fan can resonate with this, given what we've seen. Now we're like, okay, love you, Coach Moore. Loved everything you're about a year ago. Love how you stepped up. Will never, at least for me personally, I'll never tell you, that was the bad decision or that he's a bad coach or anything like that. But based on the way that game was called against Oregon, coaching wise, now granted, we weren't helped with, I'm not going to, fuss about the officials and the fact that Oregon dropped that pass or, maybe a couple of things here and there that the officials missed. At the end of the day, it's football and you can't leave the game up to the officials to decide. And at the end of the day, the question is worthy. Did we make an emotional hire given what we're seeing? Because it's a very talented roster. All right. So before we get into that, let me just give you kind of a recap of what happened this past Saturday, because even in a loss, even in the fact that Ohio State won and we as the Michigan, we lost, and it just wasn't a good day. It wasn't a great day to be a Wolverine fan. I still continued, and I was in love with college football before Saturday, and I fell even more in love with it after, because of just what it represents, the way it brings people together, the way it connects people, the community, everything. In fact, it was actually before the games actually started, and I was listening to Tim Tebow on, I think he's on SEC Network now. And you guys, if you keep up with college football, you guys know that Georgia and Florida played, the world's biggest cocktail party out in Jacksonville. And, the conventional wisdom would have said that, look, Florida doesn't have a chance. You're talking about the number 2 team versus a Florida team that has underperformed, that hasn't been the Florida since the Tebow like Florida, the national champions type Florida, right? So conventional wisdom would have said that Florida would have just blew these guys out of the stadium. It just wasn't going to happen, right? That's what would have been assumed if you're just going off just conventional and, okay, this is what's on paper. However, it was actually a good game. And I remember Tebow was talking before the game. He was providing his commentary, and he was saying how his parents' first date, his mother and father, their first date was actually at a Florida and Georgia game. And that's really, really important for you to recognize. It's really, really important for you to note, knowing that college football, that's what it's meant to be. The wins are great. The losses, they're rough, all that. But at the end of the day, what it's about is about community. What it's about is really showing love and developing and watching people grow, watching young boys and young men, young boys and young ladies grow into adulthood, that transition, that camaraderie, that togetherness. That is what college football is about. That's what big time college football represents. And it was funny because I had plans on going to, I'm out here in West Palm Beach, right?